Talking about Sir Roger Moore because he sadly passed away yesterday.
He died yesterday in his 90th year. He led a long, full, rich life, and I was privileged to be aware of him from the age of 10 because he was in the army after the war, and one of his best friend in the army was a man called Arthur Douch, who taught me at prep school. And I was so excited to be able to tell my friends at school, the man who is the saint, I know him. And it was just amazing. And Roger was so charmingly self-deprecating. Whenever he met me, he said, oh, of course, you and I have in common the fact that we started as knitwear models. I've, of course, now no longer a knitwear model. I'm a multimillionaire and an international star, but you don't seem to have done quite so well. And then he tried to help me out. He thought he'd help me out by giving me a drama lesson. I said, can you teach me? He said, yes, I'll teach you how to raise your eyebrows. So he taught me how to raise my left eyebrow. And we worked on it together. And he really, you see, this is not bad.
It's pretty
good.
But
I couldn't get the right eyebrow to go up. And he could do both. And he said, well, Giles, this explains it. I'm twice the actor you are.
And he was a great actor. A lot of the tributes we've heard have said, actually, he was a much better actor than in some ways he let on.
He was a fine actor. He'd been to RADA. He was at RADA for a year. And when he left RADA, he was offered a job at Stratford-upon-Avon to be in Shakespeare. But he chose to go to Hollywood because he wanted to become a film star. He was always self-deprecating. If you said to him, what did you bring to the Bond films? He would say, oh, white teeth. And he tried to sort of subvert himself almost. He was in a film called Wild Geese with Richard Burton and Richard Harris. And he asked the producers to reduce the number of lines he had in the scenes when he was appearing with Richard Burton, because he didn't feel he was in the same league. But watch the film, and he's absolutely in the same league. And he sent himself up all the time. He loved to play practical jokes. The man who played Q in his Bond films, Desmond Llewellyn, one day came in and was given this new bit of script. And Desmond Llewellyn was quite old then. He looked at the script and thought, I've got to learn this over lunch, do this scene with Roger after lunch. He got that afternoon, having learnt it over lunch, to do the lines, and they discovered it was a little joke from Roger Moore, who'd rewritten it just to tease him.
I mean, so much of his life was filled with his charitable activities as well, his work with UNICEF particularly.
UNICEF was terribly important to him. I mean, he enjoyed doing the film. He loved the trappings of it. He made his first fortune, though, through doing The Saint, because he became the co-producer. When it turned into colour, 118 episodes, he shared in the profitability. So that's where he made his first few...
Very shrewd as well as talented.
But then he was enormously generous. He made a lot of money, gave away a lot of money, and gave so much of his time to UNICEF in later years. And he was a lovely human being. He's the only big international star who never refused to give an autograph. And there's the charming story of the little boy who got his autograph at Nice Airport, I think it was, and was disappointed to find Roger Moore written on the piece of paper and said, I thought it was James Bond. So that Dad went back and said, excuse me, Mr. Moore, would you mind, it says Roger Moore, and he wanted James Bond. And he summoned the little boy over and said, I've written Roger Moore. Of course I am James Bond, but I don't want Blofeld to know.
Giles, it is fascinating just hearing more about Sir Roger Moore. And talking about photos, actually, we've been asking you guys at home, haven't we, for photos that you might have with Sir Roger. But first, here's Larry Lamb and his Jane Austen Behind Closed Doors this Saturday evening at 9 o'clock on BBC Two.
And, of course, thanks to Giles. The One Show is back tomorrow at 7, but we'll end tonight with your memories of Sir Roger Moore. Nobody did it better.
You made your name with that film, did you not?
My name was always Roger Moore. A lady with white hair came up and she said, "What are you doing in Venice?" And I said, we're making a film, a 007, a James Bond film. "Oh, and what do you do?" Hi, David. It's Roger Moore. You remember I used to be an actor. You can call me darling. Fill her up, please.
Your favourite Bond film other than your own?
Oh, were there any?